Hi guys, welcome back. It is late and the sun is going down and I am breaking a sweat in this car because England has randomly decided that it is summer today. I have not much to say. I really don't have like any significant thoughts. I just thought maybe we could chat and hang out because I'm in my car with nothing else to do. I am so excited for summer this year. I really am. I have a couple things coming up. I feel like I kind of go into like mental hibernation over winter. Like, I wouldn't say that I have seasonal depression. I don't think it's that bad. I thought that I had it when I was at university because I was so miserable at university because I was living in like a moldy house and then I would have to like brave the elements every single day, and like it was like a 40-minute trek from my house to my campus in like the most freezing cold weather ever, and like no point of that trek was I warm. And then I'd just get to school and I'd be fucking damp and it was just the worst. And then I'd go home and I couldn't afford heating. And then I would never eat good food like winter. And then it was dark at like 3:30. Like, what are you gonna do at 3:30 when it's dark? Because that for me, I was just like, okay, the day's over. Like, I'm just gonna rot in bed until I fall asleep at 1 a.m. Whereas summer, like, I could at work until like 8 or 9 because the sun would be up and I'd feel like I wasn't depressed. But then now, okay, I graduated uni last summer or last July. So now it's April, so it's been under a year, but I've just experienced a whole winter with no university, and I can proudly say it did not make me depressed. Like, I was less productive and I was probably less like mentally switched on, but I was not depressed. But I do feel like I've just forgotten what my personality is, and when summer is here, it's gonna just like come back and I'll be like, oh shit, yeah, I actually used to be a person with thoughts and feelings and like memories and stuff, because I feel like I literally pause everything when it's cold. Like, I cannot handle it. At the same time though, I really hate being too hot because I feel like it just kind of stresses me out. Like, if I can feel like sweat on my body, I just get pissed off. And when it's humid, don't get me started. Like, if it's humid and I'm on holiday, like I'm in Spain or something, I love it because I know that there's probably a beach or a pool in access that I have access to. But then if I'm in England and it's humid and I'm too hot and I'm sweating, there is not a single swimming pool in this entire fucking country unless you have rich friends, which I don't. And I don't live within like a couple of hours of the beach or anything. Like, the nearest beach to me, I guess the nearest beach to me is like Brighton, but that's like still like nearly an hour. And no offense, but I don't ever want to go swimming in Brighton. That ocean is dirty. I don't care what anybody says. If you live in the south of England, I like Camber Sands. I like going there because it's sandy and it doesn't look like England. But realistically, I go like once a summer because it's so far away. It's like 2.5 hours, and I'm just not gonna do that. So maybe this summer, I think I might buy a paddling pool and put it in my garden so that I can at least cool off. Because otherwise, the heat just pisses me off, and I'm just not up for a summer of being aggravated. So anyway, this summer I have trips planned, which is so fun because last summer I was still at university, which obviously you can't go anywhere. I was really busy and studying and miserable, but this is my first summer of freedom since, I guess the last time I was free, I was 18, because it was in between sixth form and uni, so I had no work or anything, and I spent that summer working a job and volunteering in South Africa, which was fun, but I think it was too much for me, and I was too young, and actually it really stressed me out, and there was a whole thing. Basically, like, the whole camp got what we thought was swine flu. It was a whole fucking situation. Pretty sure it didn't turn out to be anything. I think it was a norovirus or something. Like, it wasn't like swine flu or like a super like red flaggy kind of disease. It was just like a stomach bug, but I did not enjoy that experience. And then I was at uni every single year, so I had loads of shit to do and I would just spend my whole summers working, trying to save up so I could feed myself. So this is really my first summer, like, having fun and being young and hot and free, so I'm so excited. So my first trip that I have planned, which actually this isn't set in stone yet, and I'm not even gonna say what I'm doing, but hopefully I'm gonna go to LA in June or end of May, and that is exciting because I like LA a lot. I went for the first time like a month or 2 months ago, and I went with my friend, and it was kind of weird because it's kind of like a work trip for my friend. I had a little bit of work to do while I was out there as well, but not really, not really. So I was kind of just freeballing, and it was a bit like my head was in the clouds, but it was very fun. I did not think LA was going to be what it was. Like, I had such a different perspective of it just because, like, do I have a bogey? No, because like all the people that live there, like all the YouTubers that I watch that live in LA, I feel like they talk shit about it and they're like, oh, like it's like the worst place to live, blah blah blah, like it's so depressing. Maybe that's true if you live there, but I loved it. Like a city that is drivable is my dream, because when I love London, I love how like heavy and busy and stuff it is, and I think I just like London because my mum worked there when I was growing up and I admired my mum, so I just wanted to do what she did, and I like going there because she used to go there. But like I don't love getting the underground because you get men coughing in your face, like stinky old men. They just cough on you and like you're just close to people and you just can't stay clean. Like even if I leave my house freshly showered, deodorant, perfume, new outfit, I'm perfectly clean, and I get on a 10-minute tube to go to my friends, I am completely infected and I'm dirty and I'm sweaty and I stink and I've got germs all over me. Like I just don't vibe with it that much. In LA, you just are allowed to drive everywhere. Like there's parking everywhere. You can take your car. Like it's a drivable city. It's amazing. Like that's my fucking dream. If I could drive around London, I would, but you can't. So I did like LA a lot. Honestly, if I could, I'd probably move there. So yeah, I'm excited to go to LA. I like LA a lot, but I mean, hopefully I'll go. We haven't fully like set in stone what I'm gonna do out there, but fingers crossed it'll work out and I'll be able to go. And then I was also meant to go to Portugal to learn how to surf, which would have been so fun. And I hope that I will be able to go, but it might coincide with the LA trip. I'm figuring it out. And then I'm gonna go to New York. So much happening. I'm so excited. I'm gonna go to New York to visit one of my friends that lives there. I might visit a country in Europe. It's undecided yet, for my best friend's birthday. And then in June, some of my friends that live in New Zealand that I met when I was traveling in New Zealand, they're moving to London. And I've always said, like, I don't really have many good friends in London, like in the city. So I'm excited for them to come because I don't like people, right? Like I'm picky about my friends. I just feel drained by everybody. Like, and it's not like you have to be a bad person or anything. It's just I feel drained by like 99% of people, and it's nothing to do with them. It's to do with me, but they just drain me. It is so hard for me to find friends that just actually uplift me and give me energy and make me feel happy and excited. So and then I think, okay, so I'm going to post it. I'm filming this Saturday evening. I'm posting this Sunday afternoon, so tomorrow. By the time I post this, I could be in a foreign country because I think I'm going to go away. So I got rejected for a house. Basically, I'm living with my mum because it was meant to be like a really temporary fix. Like I was coming back from uni and I was going to live with my mum for a bit and then figure out what I'm doing from there. And I've kind of just been with her for ages now, and like I'm just delaying moving out because it's expensive and I don't want to live in a place that is not going to make me happy, especially at the price point of London. Like it's not worth moving out if you're just going to be miserable for that amount of money. It's kind of just stupid. So I've just been trying to find the right place, and then I found the right place, and then they rejected my offer, which means it wasn't the right place because rejection is redirection. I'm really trying to fucking believe that. It was amazing. It was like a converted warehouse, right? All wood floors, and then it had 2 lofts that you could climb like with stairs up to, and then out of one of the loft spaces was a rooftop, like a private rooftop. It was insane. It would have been so fun to live there. And the bedroom was behind a secret bookcase. It was so cool. But they rejected my offer because I have a dog, and they were like, basically it's a warehouse, and warehouses aren't really soundproof because they weren't built with that intention, so your dog might bother the people that live below you if she barked or anything. And I tried to tell them, like, she doesn't bark. Like, she's a really good girl. She's so quiet, but they did not want me to have the dog. So that is fine. We will find somewhere else, but it does mean that I'm still living at home. My intention is fully to have moved out by June. I will have found a place by June. That gives me like just over a month. So I will figure it out. But I think for the meantime, I do need to get away because I've been in this slump of just like, for example, like my bed is not made right now. Like my sheets are just in a pile in the corner of my room, fully washed like I washed them. And I keep just staring at them and I just cannot seem to get myself to put them on my fucking bed. I cannot do it. And so I've been sleeping in like a naked bed for like a week now. And it's really gross and unhygienic. Like, because like I can't wash my whole duvet. That's why you cover it. But I've just been sleeping in it without any cover on. Like, the hell? And I feel like a lot of the time, like if you want things in life, like if you want to do well in your degree or your job or your career, or you want to manifest new things, like you have to kind of start in like the very first place you can, which is like your immediate environment. That's kind of how I see it. Like, okay, well, show yourself that you mean business, then start living like someone who is successful, start living like someone who is happy. And I don't think living in squalor and filth really propels me in the right direction. But lately I just can't seem to find the fuck to give. I'm just like so tired and just so like I just don't seem to care lately about anything, and I don't know why. It's like my energy is all the way off, or like my energy kind of doesn't even exist. Like I don't have any energy. So I was like, okay, look, if I'm not going to be able to move out, I think a big problem for me has been living at home. Not that I don't have a good home. Like my mom takes very good care of me. We get on well. It's like a nice environment. But I do think living at home in your 20s can maybe make you feel depleted, because you should have your own space. You know, the bigger your life is, the more space you need to kind of take up. And I feel like I just would rather be living alone. I know that I just do better alone. I set routines when I'm by myself, and I get up and I do things. I start to fend for myself. When my mum's around, I kind of go blind. I'm just like, well, she's here. Like, everything's fine. I'm safe. I get this like false sense of security that I don't need to like fight for what I want, because I'm just like, well, I'm at home. Like, I don't know, it's weird. Like, I would come back from uni for a rest because I knew that I would go into that mindset of like, I'm safe, I'm home, my mum's here. But it shouldn't be like a long-term thing, and it's become a long-term thing, so I need to leave. I need to get the fuck out. But they rejected my offer. So we will keep looking, but my point is, in the meantime, I do need to do something positive for myself, which I think is going to take the form of a trip, going somewhere. And I have always been bugged by the fact that I don't really have many friends. The thing is, it's not like I don't have friends, like people don't like me. I've never felt like I have an issue with like people frequently disliking me or me actually having a hard time making friends. It's more that I just choose to not have a big circle. I keep my circles very small because I'm very particular about who I'm close with, which I think is quite normal. But a lot of my friends that I am close with, like I would say I have like 3 or 4 or 5, like people that I would consider like very close friends. And then everyone else is an acquaintance, right? Or a friend slash acquaintance. But those people all have jobs and lives, and I can't just be like, hey, want to go on a last minute fucking trip? Like I don't know anybody who could do that with me. So it's kind of like I have to go alone. So I was looking, and I looked on one of those like package holiday websites. Okay, you can literally go for a week for £400. That is not bad. That is not bad at all. Like, flights included in that price, and they'll feed you. Like, it's an all-inclusive, so that's every meal, every price, everything included. For 7 days. Like, that's not bad. So I was looking at them, and I was like, maybe I could go. But then I got nervous, and then I was like, I don't want to go alone, because I just know I'm going to rot in my room and not want to sunbathe because I'll be too anxious to go alone. And what if there's other young and hot couples there and I'm like the weirdo by myself? But then I was like, hold on. Since when does that matter? Like, if anyone else was sat in front of me being like, well, I'm not going to go on a solo holiday that I can actually afford because I'm embarrassed, I'd be like, you can afford to do it and you're not doing it. Like, the fuck are you doing? So I think I need to pull my head out my fucking ass. And I think I'm going to go away, or I might ask my friend if they want to join me, because I only have one other friend that would be available for such activities, and I don't know if I want to ask them or if I want to go with them, or if I kind of am vibing with the whole like alone thing. I will let you know. Well, if I do go, I'm obviously going to vlog everything that I do, because it would be so fun to hang out. Like, who else am I going to hang out with? So it's going to be you. We'll go together. But yeah, I'm going to figure it out. But I do think I need to get away, because I'm just not vibing here. And since I now am homeless for an extra month, I figure I have money that I'm not using on rent. So why not just go on holiday and de-stress and get a tan, because I'm horrendously pale. So I think that might be what's coming up in my life. I also think that I'm gonna try go visit my grandma, because I have this spare time, and like if I'm not paying rent, I don't feel guilty about like leaving the country, because the second I'm paying rent, especially London rent, best believe I'm not leaving the house. Like, I'm getting my fucking money's worth, because otherwise it's like anxiety provoking. Like, what the hell, I'm wasting money if I'm not in the house, flying all over the place. So I'm like, okay, well, why don't I just take this month as a blessing? I don't have a house, I don't have a flat, just go everywhere. Like, go visit my grandma that I've been meaning to visit for the past fucking year because she's getting old, and then go on these exciting trips and have loads of fun. Like, it's fine, I can do that. I do this thing where everything takes me 100 hours to do, and I postpone fucking everything. Like, I have so many texts in my phone right now that need responding to, like, urgently, like, by end of day yesterday, and I'm just ignoring them. And you know what's fucking rude that I do? If someone were ignoring my texts that needed replying to urgently, I would be fuming. I would be like, this person is like an ineffective human being. Like, who the fuck doesn't reply to their phone? Like, come on, babes, we're in our 20s. Like, hurry the fuck up. And then when I don't do it, I'm like, ugh, God, life is so hard for me. Poor fucking me. I will get back to them when I have the mental capacity to. Like, am I okay? Like, where did those double standards come from? But they're there and they're thriving, so what are you gonna do? Lately, I have been really struggling with feeling like everyone hates me as much as I hate myself, and it's made me think how strong perception is. Like, if I think that I'm thriving and doing so well in every corner of my life, and like have these crazy perceptions about myself, then I bet I'm stress-free, I'm so happy, and I genuinely, like, I see it in the way people talk to me, that they think that, or they are more inclined to think along the same path as me as to I am doing well, or like I am nice and I'm happy and I'm successful, whatever it is that I'm thinking about myself, right? Lately, I have been a bitch to myself, like a cold, hard bitch. Like, I do not like myself at all lately, and I think everyone is in the same spot. Realistically, okay, first of all, no one's fucking thinking about me. Like, I need to get that straight in my head. Like, even my best friends, the closest people to me, I must be less than 1% of their thoughts. Do you know what I mean? Like, no one is worrying about you. That is something I try and remember all the time. But, well, no, it's not that no one's worrying about you. I just mean, like, no one's, like, giving a fuck. Do you know what I mean? Like, no one really thinks about anyone that's not themselves. Like, and sits there and thinks and thinks and thinks, unless you've wronged them or, like, they're in love with you. Like, no one's that worried about anyone. Do you know what I mean? So why am I sitting there worrying for hours and hours about what everyone thinks of me and how much everyone hates me? Like, no one cares. No one's sat at home right now thinking about how fucking stupid you are. And even if they did, it was probably for 0.5 seconds, right? They probably saw one video, thought that girl's fucking stupid, and moved on with their day. Anytime I've seen content from someone and disagreed with either the way they've, like, I don't know, put themselves forward, or like what they've said, or anything that they've done, I have thought about that for no more than 1 second, and I've probably never even fucking revisited it in my head. Do you know what I mean? Even like people that I have low opinions of, I don't think about them ever. Ever, unless someone like speaks about them. Do you know what I mean? So that is something I need to keep in mind when I'm sitting in my room having a fucking, like, tantrum about how everyone hates me and blah blah blah. Like, first of all, no one hates you, you hate you, and you're projecting. I need to figure out how to shift my mindset, because I don't know why I've started to not enjoy my own company lately. It's because I'm being a pessimist, and I know that I need to get out of my environment. I need to get out of my enclosure. I need to go see some of the world. I need to go interact with people again. I need to go have a bit of fun. I need some new friends. I need more women in my life. There's a bunch of things. I need a better diet. I need more sleep. I need, well, probably actually less sleep on a better schedule. And it's easier to just sit in my room and bitch and moan about how everyone fucking hates me. Like, actually nothing even changed in your environment though. Like, you didn't see a hate comment, no one texted you anything mean, your friends don't want to hang out with you any less, you weren't uninvited to an event. There was no event that made you think, like, made me think, like, oh, these people don't like me, or, like, my life sucks and I've failed. It's just my head, and I'm just being mean to myself for no reason, and I don't know how to stop. Well, I do know how to stop. It was that list of things I said earlier that I need to do. If I could right now, I would take us and we would go get McDonald's. But do you know where we can't? I have a flat tire. My tire's flat. Last night, me and my friend, we went on a late night drive for no reason at all other than to have fun. And it was raining really hard and I was driving like 20 miles an hour because I know there's potholes everywhere, but I couldn't see them because it's raining so hard. And I swear to God, the noise my car made. Sorry, I was being nosy because a new car drove down my street and that never happens. I had to check it out. But anyways, I got a flat tire and I need to fix it because I can't go anywhere and that is pissing me off and I wish we could go get drive through. I don't know how I never knew about this because I didn't know they did like a curry sauce at McDonald's. I never knew. That was new information for me. I'm not very adventurous with McDonald's foods because A, I've always been vegetarian, so there's not much for me there. And B, I have OCD and I'm terrified of eating fast food. So it's great. But I do occasionally get, like if my friends are going, I'll get like chips and fries. Chips, yep. And like a drink, and then when they do them I'll get the mozzarella dippers, but those things come with like basic sauces, so I just never knew. And then my friend got curry sauce and I dipped my chips into it and it was fucking insane. It was delicious. It rocked my world. I swear to God, it was so good. So no one cares, but I really wish we could get some of that right now. I just love, like, whenever I crave like a soft drink, like a fizzy drink, I need there to be an absurd amount of ice in it, and I need it to be in a cup with a straw. Otherwise, it's disgusting to me. It has no taste. I'm just simply not interested in the beverage. I need the straw, I need the ice, I need the cup. I need the whole experience. Do you know what I mean? And McDonald's is the only place that will offer that to me. Otherwise, I have to go to the shop and buy ice because I don't have an ice machine. I have to buy a fizzy drink, and I don't have cups with straws, so there's really no point. And I have PCOS and what the fuck is the other thing? PMDD, I think. What the fuck is it called? Anyways, it basically makes me go insane around my period. And for some reason I really, really crave cold Sprite or cold Pepsi when I'm coming on my period, and like nothing can appease me other than those. Like I will go feral if I don't have them. It's like a pregnancy craving. I don't know what it is, but I need them and I very frequently get them. I'm rarely denied, but I could do with one right now. I feel like youth is so fleeting. I'm so scared. Like 10 minutes ago I was 18. So in 10 minutes from now that means I'm going to be like 26 or 28 or 29. I can't even say that without sicking up a little bit. I'm sorry. It's just I'm not ready to age. And I think when you're younger, you feel like youth is like infinite and you're just like aging's not going to happen to you. Like it physically can't, right? Then suddenly you're just not that age anymore, but you look the same. Like I would say I've lost like some face fat and I've definitely got sexier, but I would say more than anything I probably look the same as I looked when I was 18. Like nothing majorly has changed. Then I scroll through my For You page and every fucking beauty guru is like, you have to start doing retinol and Botox when you're 21. Says who? Shut the fuck up. I think they're paid by big retinol. Is that a thing? Why do Americans say that? What the fuck is big pharma? Or big tobacco? What the fuck is that? Big pharma? Obviously you're talking about large pharmaceutical companies, but like, could you specify please? Because there's multiple. The hell? I don't like when they say that. The next few days, you might be seeing me in Spain. I don't know any other parts of Europe that are hot yet. Like we're in this limbo period where really nowhere is that nice, other than you still have to go all the way to like fucking Dubai to find like proper heat, because like Europe's not hot yet. It's April. So I don't know what to do. I need to go somewhere. I need to get away. I need to do everything I can to pull myself out of this rut, because it's disgusting. I hate it. Do you guys want to see the fit? Hold on. I have my Uggs. I'm obsessed with these Uggs. I have them in cream or whatever the fucking color is. Camel. Pretty cool, huh? Do you guys want to see the first picture of me in my camera roll, like as far back as I can fucking go, because it is disgusting. Hold on. Oh my god, this is like when you go on a date with a boy and he just shows you his camera roll. Is that what I am? Well, it's not my fault, because you guys are fucking awful conversationalists. No offense, but you haven't said one word this whole time. Look at the eyebrows. I used to draw them on so thick. Whoa. I used to draw them so fucking thick. And I used to wake up like an hour before school just to do my makeup. And what I would do is I would put on one layer of foundation, wait. Another layer of foundation, wait. Another layer of foundation, wait. And then I would put my fourth layer on, and then I would call it a day. I wouldn't, this is the scariest part, I did not contour, I did not blush. I was just a sheet of white. And I would use the palest fucking foundation that was known to mankind. The weirdest part is that I would proudly tell people that I would wear 4 layers of foundation. Like, it was like a fun fact about me that I genuinely just like thought I would just tell people. I feel like they could probably have told without me informing them. It wasn't like the least obvious thing I'd ever done. Do you know what I mean? But look, that's me as a baby. I had a fringe. That's fun. I really wish we could get drive-through. Oh god. Oh, there's mold in my ceiling. A person who would rather starve to death than ever like claim back on something. Like, if it was between like going into an overdraft and paying interest on that overdraft and like writing a letter to the council and being like, you need to reimburse me for the flat tire I just had to repair, I'm just not gonna eat. Like, it's that fucking simple. I cannot complete tasks. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I really can't. Like, if you guys knew the urgency of the texts that I have sitting in my phone right now, you would yell at me to stop doing this podcast and get on the fucking phone. But I can't, so I'm not going to. Anyway, I am so pissed off that I have to pay council tax, car tax, and road tax. And yet, my car has been destroyed by potholes twice. And I've had to repair them twice. And I haven't claimed back any money on it. And then I've paid all my taxes like a good little girl. Not this fucking time. Not this fucking time. If you work at the council, be afraid. Because I'm coming for you with multiple pieces of paper. And honestly, I think if I have any energy, I should put it towards putting my bed sheets on my bed. Because I cannot spend another night in my own filth. And I let my dog in my bed last night, which I have a rule against doing because she's kind of gross. Like, I love my doggy so much. I cuddle her all the time and I kiss her. But the thing is, like, we walk around London together. Like, she gets the tube with me, which means she touches the floor on the tube, then, like, comes in my bed. Like, get the fuck out. Like, you have not washed your fucking paws. I know that for a fact. So, like, I don't really want her germs in my bed because, like, my mouth touches the sheets when I'm asleep and stuff. Like, I don't like that. But I let her in because I was so unhappy last night. And I was so tired, and I was on my period, and I was in so much pain. Like, I felt like I had the flu. My entire torso was aching. I felt like I was being stabbed in the uterus. And, like, my head was pounding, and I was so nauseous. And she came running into my room and jumped up in my bed, and then just immediately snuggled under my mattress and, like, had her leg, like, her head in between my legs, like, laying on my belly. And I just couldn't say no to that. So I just let her stay, and then I fell asleep, and she stayed in my bed all night, which she usually isn't allowed to do because I put her in a crate. But so now I feel like my bed isn't contaminated, which is disgusting. This was like a short little episode, and I didn't really say anything specific, but it's been nice to hang out with you guys. Let me know, and I'm going to talk about something a lot more relevant next week. And also, in terms of Spotify, I am launching this on Spotify in the next couple weeks, which is really, really exciting. I have like gathered up the last little bits of things that I needed to do in order to do that. Like, I needed a cover art, and then I needed to sign a contract, and it's basically been done. So this is going to be on Spotify soon. Maybe not next week, maybe not the week after, but this next month it will be. In May. We will launch in May. Probs. I don't know, maybe June. To be honest with you, maybe June. Oh shit, okay, I need to go. I just got fully dragged into my Instagram feed. Well, this looks like I'm about to tell you the scariest story you've ever heard. I'm gonna go. I love you very, very, very much, and I will see you next week. We'll talk more. This will be on Spotify in the next month, I assure you. Anyways, I love you so much. have a good rest of your week and have a good Sunday. And I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Thanks for being here and thanks for hanging out. Sorry that this was completely nothing, like, pointless. Okay, bye.